War. They say it never changes. And when making war is your business, then the end of the world means business is good. In the year 2077, nuclear war consumed the Earth, and fire rained down from the skies. Those who survived, they did so in great underground vaults. And when those vaults opened, the survivors tried to bring order to this chaotic wasteland. Some 200 years have passed since then, and people of the Colorado territories have seen their fair share of war. My name is Cutler. I'm a hired gun and crew chief for the Colorado Highwaymen. Our outfit make our living as mercenaries for hire, so if you've got people who need killing and you're willing to pay, well, we can lend a helping hand. A few days ago, my crew took a job helping the proprietors of the Altona Hotel deal with a nasty pack of super mutants looking for an easy meal. Well, things went sideways when 2 of my crew got snatched up by them muties. We chased them down, but by the time I caught up, everyone was dead. Both the greenskins and my highwaymen alike. I couldn't make heads or tails of what had happened until an old friend came strolling back into my life. Grant the Rifleman Kingsmith. Far as I can tell, Kingsmith and his vault-dwelling and ghoulified companion had something to do with my crew's untimely demise, and now I've got these do-gooders cornered. I want answers, and by God, I'm going to get them.
That's me.
Hello. Everyone, welcome back to War Games News Radio and Fistful of Neutrons, a live 2D20 adventure. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you to our cast of players for showing up again. Hello, players. How are we doing today?
Hello, Overseer.
Wonderful. Hello.
Wonderful
Present.
Indeed. Yes, everyone here and accounted for. My name is Ryan Danger. I will be your overseer for this game, and I am the host of War Games News Radio here. Jinxed it, so I'm gonna knock on wood there. If you haven't already watched some of our replays, you can definitely get caught up by checking out the YouTube channel, WGNR. Make sure you're subscribed there, and you can see some of what this awesome cast of characters are up to. Oh, chat, I'm hearing we've lost some sound. Have we lost some sound, chat? Can you hear us today?
No, apparently we are sans sound.
Music, no vocals? Okay. We're having technical difficulties. One moment, everyone. I will get on top of that.
Oh, it's back. It's back. It's back.
1 second.
Hey.
Wait,
Oh, we're back.
doing it
We're
live.
back.
Let's go.
Okay,
we're back.
okay. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry, everyone.
If you
Duke
lost
was
us,
chewing on a cable. Duke was chewing on a cable.
yeah,
Classic
that's
Duke.
that's the only
Classic.
explanation. We had a rogue German Shepherd getting in on the action. So apologies if we all lost sound there, folks. A little bit of technical snafus, but hopefully we're gonna
It's fine.
come
just
back
giving you all
here now and
shout-outs
see what
or
all has
whatever.
been going on. Yeah, it's true. We were just shouting out the whole crew, including and all of you new folks and the old ones as well. So thanks so much for tuning in, and apologies that we had a little bit of a glitch there. Hopefully everything runs smoother from this point on. And again, I've jinxed it again. Not sure how much you folks all heard there before we had a little technical gaffe, but we're in episode 5 of our running campaign. And if you want to get caught up on what our lovely cast of characters have been up to for the last 4 episodes, please go ahead and check out the WGNR YouTube channel and check out the 2D20 live playlist there. And you can check out all of those replays. A little bit of housekeeping before we get rolling again. If you like what you see, make sure that you're subscribed to WGNR on YouTube and or Twitch, and consider subscribing to our Patreon and or Streamlabs pages. You can pick up some WGNR swag, help support the channel, get some exclusive rewards, giveaways, and even become a named character in a future WGNR live stream like the one you're watching here today. We have a very special episode for you folks because we are doing another giveaway tonight. Just after halftime, we will be giving away a digital copy of the Fallout 2D20 rulebook. Here's me doing my best Fallout Vanna White. If you want to get your hands on this, again, weighty tome, make sure that you message !prize pack in the chat. We will be again drawing this at halftime. We'll do a big wheel spin when that comes up. It is a limit one entry per viewer. That is, of course, unless you are a member of our Patreon Chosen One tier, where you get an extra bonus entry in all of the WGNR giveaways. And you can also head over to our Instagram, like and follow the stream there, and give us a tag of a couple friends, and you can get yourself an extra entry as well. All of those links are available down below or on our link tree, so head on over to any of those platforms there and you can get some stuff. Jack Vile says, yay stuff. We like yay stuff. We are inching ever closer on WGNR to 1,000 subscribers, which is a pretty cool milestone. Didn't think when I started this in the middle of pandemic a year ago that we would get anywhere near that much, but it's pretty awesome. So we're going to keep doing some giveaways to help celebrate that fact. And also, I should mention, speaking of Discords and Instagrams and all that fun stuff, which you can find us on. We're just coming up to the close of the first WGNR Hobby League monthly pledge. If you want to find out a little bit about that program, head on over to Discord or Instagram. You can get some information there. And you can also see some of the stuff that you can win. I put together this little Fallout Wasteland Warfare prize pack here. Some 3D printed terrain, some bottle caps, even a little mini in there from the Fallout Wasteland Warfare range. So jump on in and you can find out some more about how to pledge for the October round, which kicks off tomorrow. So go ahead, join us on Discord, and we'll be good to go. But make sure you're commenting prize pack in the stream chats, and you can win yourself that 2D20 rule book. A couple of last things before we get rolling, one of which being our weekly disclaimer in that Fallout tends to deal with some mature subject matter. So this stream may involve violence, coarse language, and or mature themes. We're going to avoid going to any super icky and dark places because we're not super icky and dark people. But if there's anything that, that could happen in a post-apocalypse that you might not jive with, just a heads up, some stuff might be weird in this podcast. Live stream, whatever you want to call it. So just be aware that that is the case. You have been warned. Secondly, this game system is only a few months old, so it's a movable feast, as we say. There may be some things that we get wrong. If that's the case, just drop something in the chat, send us an email, let us know, and we'll course correct for for live or for the next episode by the time we have a chance to get to it. Lastly, we're going to go around our virtual tabletop here and get to know our 3 lovely players as well, because I've been talking for way too long already. So let's start with, we'll start with, as we normally do, with Justin, who is playing Yuri Andropov. Justin, tell us about yourself and your character, please.
Let's save some souls already. Here, come on. Hello, my name is Justin, Canadian, big nerd gamer, and I play Yuri Andropov, a ghoul, a caravaner, and just a general nice all-around guy. We're in a bit of a pickle this time. It's gonna get very interesting.
Pickle is one way to describe it, and we'll go over exactly what that pickle is in just a moment. But let's go through the rest of our pickled Pied Pipers here, and we'll move on to
Grant, who is playing his own namesake and the Rifleman. Grant, tell us a little bit about yourself and your character.
One thing that Grant really loves, which is now me talking about myself in the third person, which is weird, is being corrected in the comments. There's a law. I'm pretty sure it's called MacLeod's law, which states that if you want a better answer for something, just go on a forum and confidently state something that you have no idea whether it's right or not, and someone will be like, "That's not the right answer," and then they'll write up a whole thesis for you. So there's that. I'm looking forward to this session here because the Rifleman is going to face the consequences of previous actions, where a couple people may or may not have been dispatched, and oops. What do you do when you sort of feel bad, but you don't want to get shot yourself? I guess 30 seconds from now or so, we're going to find out.
We are going to find out, and that's a good question, and something I keep in my back pocket all the time. Having made just so many enemies in this wild wasteland that we call Toronto, Ontario, Canada. But our last adventurer here we have is Raj, who is playing the ever-loving Johnny Bottlecap. Johnny, Raj, tell us about yourselves.
Hello. My name is Raj, and I play the character of Johnny Bottlecap. And Johnny was born and raised in Vault 86, and now he's out in the wasteland. And I don't even know if he has a clue. To be perfectly honest.
Well, I don't know that any of us have a clue at this stage of the game, but we're gonna find out, and it's gonna be interesting. So let's set the stage a little bit, shall we, for new and returning folks alike. Things have gone from bad to worse for our little group here since you all left the settlement of Longmount and headed out on the road to Boulder City, Colorado, on a quest to help the townsfolk of Longmount set up a trade route. There was a hard-fought battle against a glowing ghoul, and afterwards you ended up at the Altona Hotel and Resort, where, Johnny, you were able to recover from a mild bout of radiation poisoning. And while at the hotel, you all discovered that the proprietor, Mr. Alexander, was dealing with some repeated attacks from a warband of super mutants. Not so great. There was a hired crew of mercenaries known as the Highwaymen to help with this problem, which Mr. Alexander had brought onto his staff ever so temporarily. The leader, I should say, of this Highwayman is a pretty tough and mean SOB named Cutler. He happens to also be an old acquaintance of our very own Rifleman. It seems that you two have a bit of a checkered past. After some barroom banter, Cutler recruited you lot to help him track down a couple of some wayward highwaymen, two members of Cutler's crew who had been captured by these mutant assailants. This rescue mission was in fact a bit of a ruse, and in a shocking twist of events, you all learned that Cutler's crew were in fact already long dead, killed in the crossfire when you three, in our intro episode, session 0.5, happened to come across those very same highwaymen who had been kidnapped by those mutants in the Niwot ruins just a few days back. Which is now where we find our band of heroes backed into a corner and facing down two very displeased highwaymen. And now I get in the character voice. You got some explaining to do, Rifleman. The second I saw you walk into that hotel bar, I knew it was you who done in my crew. See, we found their bodies. Tracked those mutants down and found the whole lot of them dead as doornails, both those mutants and my boys alike. Found Teddy there with 10mm holes all drilled into him, and old Eddie had his head caved right in. One of those mutants, well, he had a hole in the back of his skull just about the size of one of your 308 rounds. I'd recognize your handiwork anywhere after that mess down in Granby. You think you could kill a couple highwaymen and get away with it? Draw leather, you son of a bitch, which is where we left off last week. You are facing two highwaymen in the streets of this ruined world as y'all on our tabletop simulator table what do you do?
I think at Cutler's kind of reaction, Johnny kind of wants to like insert himself kind of between them and his party, kind of like hey now, like just see here, mister, that was me what done your boy, and that was an accident, I swear to you on my life. I did not mean to shoot him, but you know, in the heat of battle, it's just so tough to keep things straight, but I take full responsibility, mister.
No, hold, Johnny, please. Hold, Cutler. I need you to. I haven't drawn my weapon or anything. I'm also approaching with my hands out. I imagine that some of us are about to meet our makers. However, before that happens, I believe that you are owed the truth. Johnny is correct that your boys were caught in the crossfire. It is not his fault, however. If you want to point your weapons at someone, point them at me. I can tell you what happened.
Well, it looks like everybody except for Grant is bellying up to the bar to take the blame for this situation. Why don't we play this a little bit interestingly? We're gonna have.
I just don't want Johnny to get shot.
Make some. We're gonna have both of you make some tests here.
Okay.
Shoot me! No, shoot me! And Rifleman's like, I don't know, shoot one of them.
No, I didn't say shoot.
Let's
Point the gun at me, Yolanda.
Right. Okay. Well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get the. Oh.
Am I? No,
Sorry,
no,
folks.
Grant.
We don't know why everything's. Oh, you are back now, Grant. Sorry, folks. Don't know what we got going on today, but a little bit of technical difficulties. I don't know if it's the weather here or what's going on, but we are back now. I'm sorry. Why exactly we're going on there. Grant, we've got you back now. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wander off to the side, and I'm still holding my rifle because I like holding my rifle. It's in my name after all. While these two are confessing to Cutler, I'm sure he's watching me because you would probably be doing that if you were that guy. I'm gonna wander off, and I'm gonna sort of approach the side of this building here. Not as if it's cover yet, but it's gonna be probably shortly. I'm not gonna say much. I'm gonna sort of slowly shake my head. That's not at all what I thought these guys were gonna say. Actually, I thought it's what Johnny was gonna say.
Okay, interesting. So we've got Grant, who's kind of fading off to the side, and you can see Cutler's got your number. You two have brassed up enough opponents in the past, in your checkered past, that he's watching you this whole time. But Freddie, the younger highwayman here, is at your sudden confession, Johnny. He looks at you with a fire in his eyes, unlike you in your short time out of Vault 86 have ever seen looked at you. But when Yuri chimes in, he quickly darts over, and you can see that he's having a bit of a crisis of conscience here at the moment, and he's just seeing full red. Why don't we have each of you give me a difficulty 3 charisma plus speech test.
Against each other or against him?
It's your words have both enraged and confused young Freddy. You threw a lot at him just now. That Raj, Johnny, you were in fact one of the people who did in his brother, and all of a sudden now we've got this ghoul stepping in, looking to take the blame. So let's just see what happens. Difficulty 3 charisma plus speech tests on you, just trying to talk to this dude who is Ripist.
Do we have any action points banked that I may spend over
You
here?
do. As a party, you have 3 action points banked at the moment.
Can I use one of those? So, because if it's difficulty 3, I'll need to buy at least 1 extra dice so I can roll 3 dice.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you want to do that? Absolutely. Yeah, well, I mean, if you got a critical, would also increase the chances. But yes, absolutely. Buying action points with the buying dice with the action point economy is never a bad idea when you're facing a D3 test.
So is it 3 together? So both of us
No,
accumulate.
you're each making a test. Yeah.
Oh well, then
Each
I'm gonna have
making a
to
test,
buy
and I'm
one
gonna go
as
ahead
well.
and say no assists for either of
I'm
you.
gonna have
so
to go
each
ahead and
spend
buy one as well. So
These are 2
Yeah.
independent, discrete tests. You just threw a lot at this guy all of a sudden.
gotcha.
Give me roll,
Quick,
roll
you
those
guys
math rocks, you
distract
son of a
him
bitch.
while I shoot him in the head.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. My target number is 5. Charisma is 5. I just rolled an exclamation point, a 4, and an 11. So that's a critical
You
success
are one charismatic ghoul.
Wow.
and
okay.
another success. That there
so you-
is
you
visible for
pass.
all to see.
So it's
We
charisma
trust you.
plus
Nobody
speed?
cares enough. Yes.
So my target number
What is
a
your
10.
target number, Johnny? Oh, that's pretty
10.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And it's a tag skill. Oh boy, Johnny did not. His confession did not do so good. Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna use a luck point and reroll 1 dice.
How bad was it? How bad was it? It must have been real bad.
But I'm gonna have to critical this, or it's pointless. So wish me
Okay.
luck.
Here you go.
Here we go.
If anybody's lucky, it's Johnny.
It's Johnny. Oh no! It was a 19.
Ooh, lordy. Okay, so that's on a difficulty 3 test. That is going to be a complication. So we've got one of y'all passed, one of y'all hard failed. So here's what happens. Yuri, you see as Freddy's eyes are darting back and forth between the 2 of you. He locks eyes on you for just long enough to be a distraction. As Cutler reaches up, as he's about to put his hand where his hip be at, Cutler grabs him by the shoulder and pulls him back very quickly and says to you all, "Oh well, listen there, young dweller. You done fessed up, and I gotta say there's some sort of something to be said for that. I don't know if it's the smartest or the dumbest thing you ever done. I'll tell you
Cutler,
this.
Before we have violence, let us at least get the story
I
out.
said I'll tell you this.
All right.
I'll be looking at this young one here. Rifleman, you and I go back a long ways. I'm willing to call it square. You give us the Vault Dweller, and we'll let you 2 go on by."
Oh,
You have passed your test, Yuri, freezing the combat action, which was about to happen upon the both of you. But as a complication, you all have been offered a pretty rough deal. Cutler has offered to spare, a drawing and a slapping of leather in exchange for Johnny Bottlecap. What do you do?
I'll say to Cutler, I will like, before we move to that, I will address this deal that you have proposed. I would like to tell you exactly what happened. Are you willing to listen to why your 2 boys are dead? I don't believe that this is going to change the outcome of what's about to happen, but I think that in the spirit of accountability, I will tell you exactly how this came to pass.
Freddy now pipes up.
They
All right,
were
Mr.
your brothers, correct?
Zombie, this is my kin, and blood is thicker than Nuka.
I understand. We came across a cart being wheeled by 2 super mutants and saw that there were humans in the back. This is not normally something that super mutants do, capture live. They normally chop up and carry around meat bags. We
Not
did attempt to
inaccurate.
rescue your brothers, and it was botched. It was my fault. I was the one who decided that we would try to jump these super mutants. I don't know if Johnny has ever seen a super mutant before, and in the crossfire, your brothers were hit. This is my fault. I am my mea culpa. It is my fault. However, I guarantee you, Freddy, that if you raise that weapon and try to take Johnny, both you and Cutler will not walk out of here alive.
Cutler speaks up now at this, taking somewhat offense. That's pretty mild, pretty tough words for a zombie.
Those are bold
I
words
told
for
you my
one-armed
terms.
fat man.
I told you my terms. What do you say?
I'm going to
One way
ignore
or another,
Cutler
we all
entirely
seen it.
and just talk to Freddy and say, Freddy, you know what you're going to do, so just do it.
Fair enough. In that case,
Around this,
Oh.
Grant is going to speak up.
please do.
Hey, Cutler, you were slipping when we parted ways years ago. I would take a moment before you start uttering threats and consider the fact that those men would probably be alive if you weren't such a shit leader. I don't know what sort of tactical maneuver you were trying to pull, sending too few people after super mutants, but their deaths are on your hands. If you all rolled in all together, you would have dealt with those super mutants yourselves, and all we would have done is shown up to give you refreshments at the end.
Oh my. I'm gonna spend some action points, and I'm going to make a couple rolls. I'm going to roll 3 dice, and no. Cutler just looks. He laughs with his hand still on Freddy's shoulder. He looks down and says, I was hoping you'd say that. Pushes Freddy forward and draws his combat rifle. Freddy, caught off guard, is just like moving forwards, and it's combat. And
Of course
in this
it's combat. It was always going to be
of course
combat.
it's combat. Don't start nothing, go be nothing. Cutler draws his combat rifle quick as you've ever fucking seen. It looks like that slipping quip was, he's trying to prove you wrong, Rifleman, as he
Yeah, I
levies,
figured it might do that.
as he levies his combat rifle and takes a shot. Oh, that shot's going to hit, and it is coming at you, Rifleman.
Yeah, I had that one coming.
Yeah, fair
I had
enough.
that
But
coming.
I mean, that's one way to distract things. So I'm gonna roll. So the combat rifle shoots. It is going to hit with 3 successes, and I'm going to roll some damage here in a moment. From where you are in TTS, I think you have a bit of cover, and we'll play it as it lies. We can see here you have a bit of cover on the go. Whoops, janking around. So yeah, we'll say that you have basically an extra damage resistance of 1. This combat rifle, he's done what's called NPCs can let rip, which is basically add ammo onto their damage. So he's got a couple extra shots coming at you for... Oh my, that is 4 damage. One
Where
of
is
which
he
will be
hitting
reduced
me?
by the cover that you're against. He is. Oh, thank you for reminding me. The ever
'Cause I
loving.
do have
vacation
some
die.
armor.
I don't love that he's got a
Left
combat
arm,
rifle.
Yeah, it's not great. Shot goes off, pegs you in the left arm, dealing 4 damage, but one of them will be negated because of the cover that you're at. I'll
And
say because you
I
took
do
the
have some-
time to move.
Perfect. I do also have a damage reduction of 1 from my armor itself. Those 2 things stack, correct?
They do indeed.
Perfect. So I'm sitting at.
So it's only going to do 2 damage.
9 hit points left, and that's smarts.
It's gonna tickle a little bit with the opening salvo shot. I'm gonna need some initiative numbers, gentlemen.
11.
You got it. 17.
Okay.
And Yuri has
Jeez, that's
an
so
initiative of 13.
Lucky 13.
Okay. Somehow you have a higher initiative than Johnny. Curious. Okay. So with that,
Not very bright.
battle has begun. So it is now going to go to the top of the order, which in fact, because Cutler went, it's going to be a rifleman.
Yeah. All right. Well, minor action. I'm going to aim. I don't want to kill Cutler. I have respect for him enough, having served with him in the past. I'm going to do a called shot on his right arm. I believe is he right-handed? Do I know that?
Sure, canonically. Why the fuck?
Let's say sure. So I'll do an aim, so I can re-roll 1d20 on my attack, and then otherwise I'm gonna do my attack. So that's gonna be my favoritist, which is agility and small guns. My target is 14, and it's a tag skill.
Okay.
I'm gonna use an action point. Do we have any? Am I giving you one for this?
Exactly one.
We have
you
one
have exactly one left if you want to burn it.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll burn the one left. Rolling on roll my dice. I got a 5, a 13, which are both under target, and a 17, which is not. But I will re-roll the 17 with my aim. It's even worse now. It's a complication, so I think I have to stick with the re-rolled number.
You do, but there was a hit in there, correct?
There, 2 successes. Yeah.
Okay, two successes and a complication. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Then the shot rings true, and it does in fact. Cutler does have a little bit of cover. He's not in cover at the moment, we'll say. So yeah, the shot rings true, and it does hit Cutler. But this must have been one of the last remaining rounds that you bought from Honest Abe, which were a little bit junky, as we saw on the battle against the Super Mutants back in session 0.5. So you have shot, you have hit. So roll me some damage, but your weapon is in fact jammed. You're gonna have to clear that chamber next time around. So that's going to cost you an action, or a major and or minor. Minor action, I guess. So to clear.
My damage is 3 damage points and 3 nuke symbols.
Whoa! So that's 6 damage, one of which penetrating, if I remember your weapon stats correctly.
Yeah, piercing 1. Yep.
Dang, that's pretty good. Okay, so that's going to be and you hit him on his left arm.
Well, it was a called shot.
Okay. Oh, right. Sorry, it was a called shot, and you aimed for the head, did you not?
It was his right arm.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right arm. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right arm. Yes, you wanted to maim him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right arm, bud. Right
Makes
arm.
me sound
okay,
so pleasant. You just wanted to maim him.
4, 6.
Yeah, I just wanted to maim the guy. Yeah, why not?
6 minus 2 minus 1. So, okay, you end up dealing a total of 5 damage to Mr. Cutler. That was a good shot. We're going to now go on to Yuri Andropov. Yuri, what's the move, bud?
Well, first I'm going to do some very general observation here. General observation.
Okay. I am general observation.
General observation. So this car that Cutler's standing next to me, talk to me about it.
Oh no.
Is it
is
intact car?
Sure. Let's spice things up. It is a it is an old Chrysler Corvega or whatever. Yeah, it's an old Corvega, and it is.
It is Corvega detonated. Is it burned out or is it?
Oh God.
Is it pre-burnt?
That's a really great question. You know what? I'm gonna let the fates decide. D100. We're gonna do this. Is gonna be a 50-50 roll. 1 to 50. It is not. 51 to 100. It's ready to explode. Johnny, bust out the magical D100 and give us a roll.
Here we go.
I really want this to work.
75.
Hey!
That's ready to explode. That's ready to explode.
That's okay. Sure. The fates have spoken. That is a somewhat intact, not detonated, not burnt out, Corvega coupe. Question answered. Asked and answered.
Yeah. So then my next, I do also believe that, rule of cool states that like speaking is kind of a free action as long as it's like short and sweet.
Yeah. For
So
sure. You can't start
say,
quoting Shakespeare, but you can. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say, Freddy, I'd like to see you at the end of this. Johnny, follow my lead. And I'm going to raise my my shitty 38 pipe pistol at Cutler, and then immediately swing it over to the car and pump as much damage as I can into this car.
Oh,
Hit it right in the fusion
really
core.
Great.
Yeah, like, can I
sure.
use my minor action with? Because I'm very high in science skill. No, I have no person traits to. Oh yeah, I'll just aim at the fusion core.
Yeah, you can reroll one of your D20s.
Aim and called shot are a little bit differently. If you call a shot, it increases the difficulty of the to hit by one.
Yeah. Never mind.
But if you do aim, you can re-roll a missed one. So you can do both, absolutely. But if you call a shot saying like I want to peg this thing in like the gas tank, then it's gonna make it harder to hit.
Okay, I'm going to then aim and call shot. I'm going to buy an action point from you.
Wow. Okay. Ooh, I like having so many action points this game.
Damn it.
So you tell me what you need from me, buddy.
Okay, so this is going to be, I guess. Okay, well, if we're playing it as it lies, yeah, I'm gonna go line of sight. This little bit of cover here is not in your way, so yeah, I'm gonna say you are actually surprisingly like lined up to the gas tank of this bad boy. So yeah, okay, rule of cool, baby. It's gonna be a difficulty 2 shot. Okay. I don't know if in the rulebook there are even stats for cars, to be quite honest. So I'm gonna pull it up out of my old noodle right now. I'm gonna roll a d6, and that's how many hit points it's gonna have. Okay. Yeah, it has 5 hit points. Yeah, you want to do this thing? You want to do this thing dirty? Get rolling, buddy. Difficulty 2 shots. What is your target number for small guns?
Oh, I bought a dice from you though. Oh,
the target. Yeah. Small guns and agility.
Your target number. Yeah.
Yeah. Agility is a 5, and my small guns is a big old 0, so that's a 5.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be rolling 3 dice, correct?
Maybe you should buy another one.
But he's aiming, so he can re-roll.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, that's true.
I am aiming,
you can
so
re-roll,
I can
and you can
re-roll.
also use luck points to re-roll as well.
Right.
Oh, I'm praying to the Lord above on this one. Okay. So I get to re-roll 1. I got a 17, not great, a 12, and a 2. So that's 1 success. And I get to re-roll 1 dice, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And that is a 4.
That's good.
What?
That's a success, isn't it?
That's a success, baby.
So that's 2 success?
Yes.
Holy crow. Okay.
Dude, you did it.
Okay. You peg it pew, 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 in the gas tanky area. Roll damage.
Okay, so this is where my
and you can buy ammo.
I can't with a 38.
Right.
So I get 3 damage, so that means 3d6s that I roll. Combat
3d6. Yeah. You want 2s right now. If you can roll Just roll and see what happens. But you want twos.
Oh no! No! What am I doing? It's 2 explosions and an X.
And an X. It shouldn't be an X. Oh yes, it
you
should be an
said
X. So
combat.
you do 2 damage. Okay. Got it. Okay, you do 2 damage to this fusion core. You lay off 3 shots. 2 of them land home. Yeah, it's still looking good for the car. It's still in one piece. But it is now up to it's now our lovely boy.
Lovely boy.
Freddy's turn. So Freddy is like he's still gaining his footing after being pushed forward by Cutler as a bit of a distraction thrown to the wolves. He's we'll say as a result of that he's lost his minor action, but he sort of gathers his shit together a little bit, and he's going to shoot at. I'm going to randomize. Going to roll a d6 and see which one of you he hits. 1 and 2 is one. He's not going to shoot the car. 1 and 2 is going to be Yuri. 3 and 4 is Johnny. 5 and 6 is our. Okay, yeah, it's Yuri. He's all discombobulated. He lets off a shot. Which is going to hit. It's going to hit you in the. It's going to wing you in the right arm. Now he's going to hit you for right arm. 2 damage. No special effects.
Awesome. I have. No, never mind. That temporary HP is gone. 2 damage. Got it.
You have armor at all, Yuri?
Okay, there you go.
Not in my arms, baby.
Oh.
There we go. It's now going to come up to Johnny Bottlecap. What's the move, my friend?
So Johnny did heed Yuri's advice, and he's gonna take aim at the fusion core as well. He's gonna actually draw his brand new shotgun that he acquired in the last mission.
Boy.
Nice.
So that was a 6 damage. So is that the amount of d6s that I get to roll?
That's the amount of damage dice, combat dice you get to roll should you hit. Now the shotgun it has the keyword inaccurate, so you cannot aim. You cannot take the aim a minor action with your new double barrel, just as a heads up. But yeah, I mean you can aim in that general direction and take a shot for sure.
Can I? Okay, yeah. So I will shoot at this thing then. Do I need to call my shot to aim for the fusion core? Will that increase the difficulty of the test?
Yeah, we'll say that if you're aiming to light this thing up and make it go nuclear, that it's going to be a difficulty 2 test. So it's as if you're doing.
It only needs
shot.
to take 3 damage. It needs to take 3 damage to explode.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go straight up with
Raj made a split decision.
I'm gonna go with my standard 2d20. I'm not gonna buy any extra dice.
Okay.
And my target number, agility and small guns?
Agility, small guns, yes, sir.
Okay, so my target number's a 9, and away we go. Oh. Can I spend a luck point and re-roll one of my dice? I got
You
a
certainly
4.
can.
I got a 4 and a 13. 4 is almost
Okay. What is your skill in small guns?
It is 2, but it is a tag skill.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. So you would have needed to hit that 2 to make it as a critical. So yes, if you want to hit this thing in where you're needing to hit it, then you're gonna have to roll that beautiful beam footage with that luck point.
Oh, all right, here we go.
Roll it.
Yeah, that's another success, a 4.
Nice.
Another 4, duly 4s. Look at that. Okay, roll that damage die. That shotgun, which was damaged, has now been repaired. So you're rolling 6 damage die.
Oh, buddy, here we go.
Beauty.
We're not out of the woods yet.
No, we're not, but we're getting there.
Okay, can I have them as D6s. I'll let you know what I got. I got a 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a 1, 3 3s, and 2 5s.
That exactly does 3 damage, which is precisely how much this thing has to do. Because the rulebook is still pretty fresh to us, and I've yet to see anywhere in there about cars and stuff, we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to roll... No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to treat it as mini nuke. I'm going to treat it as a mini nuke, which I believe I have the stats for that
Smart
written here somewhere. Yeah, strong like bull, smart like train. We're going to go ahead and nuke this off. Mini nuke, mini nuke, mini nuke. He searches, and we're vamping, and we're vamping, and we're vamping.
I think it's not
mini nuke.
Let's blow up that car.
It's not a Wii
Jesus
SSR.
Christ.
It's a USSR. Go fuck yourself.
Okay. So hang tough while I roll 21 damage dice.
Yes.
I cannot make this shit up. Okay.
Nerf cars. Cars too powerful. Nerf cars.
Okay. 2 damage.
What's the radius?
Damage.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how our
close.
group of adventurer.
Yeah.
Yep.
6, 7. Oh my god. 7, 8, 9. So, okay. So that deals 10 damage to everything in close proximity to it, which in this case is going to be our 2 highwaymen. So that's critical hits. Let me do some quick math here. Freddy
should have fucking moved. I warned him.
You did. Yeah. So, okay. Cinematically, Johnny, you level this thing, and both barrels just pow let off, and just pepper this gas tanky fusion core type area, and it just starts to like glow red and hum, and you hear boom, and it just goes fucking nuclear. There's a flash. You're all blinded very quickly. Rifleman, you're far enough away and by that wall. Yeah, there you go. Flip the table, baby. That you're able to sort of shield yourself a little bit from this blast. But Yuri and Johnny, the 2 of you are blinded momentarily. But the last thing you do see is this mushroom cloud go off, and just Freddy's just engulfed. And like you see his outline, and he just goes like Looney Tunes, like skeleton. He's fucking gone. Cutler, on the other hand, is far enough away that he's blown. A part of the car comes and hits him and knocks him forward, and knocks him flat on his ass, and he is severely injured at the moment. Freddy goes nuclear, and Cutler goes ass over tea kettle, and he is in really not great shape. He is critically injured. I'm going to go ahead and say that so that right arm that you shot him in, or that arm that you shot him in before,
Yes, sir.
A rifleman, yeah, it's gone now.
It's gone.
It's not attached to his body. He's lying on the ground, face down, knocked the fuck out, and
it's gone.
Gone.
That's the right arm is gone?
It's gone.
Oh, that ruins
The
my
right arm-
joke.
the
If
right arm is
left
gone.
arm was
He's
gone. I
on
was
the
going to
ground.
say, it's going to be all right. Am I right?
That was a good one.
I'll see
You
myself
could
out.
just change it
Bye,
to like
everyone.
a what's left joke. Yeah, so that car's exploded, and you're all knocked down for a loop. As fast as things picked up there, because of some quick thinking and some interesting thinking, the explosion goes off and things are suddenly pin drop quiet. I'm seeing Indigo Dragon saying here that there are car rules are in the GM toolkit, the elusive GM toolkit, which was released later, and includes about half the rules for the game that for some reason were tagged into a separate book. So that's why we didn't know them. But I like the ones that we made up too. And Rule of Cool, that was a pretty interesting dogfight. Cutler is knocked the fuck out on the ground. There is just like a charred remains of what was left of the last of the DY brothers, the Freddy, Eddie, and Teddy. And you are standing out in a clearing that is very smoldery and smoky. What do you do?
I'm gonna run in. I'm clutching my left arm a bit. It hurts. I slung my rifle. I patted Duke on the head. I'm running by Yuri and Johnny, just sort of checking them out, making sure they're still standing. I'm gonna run over to Cutler and I'm gonna take his firearm.
The one that disappeared?
Yep. I mean, he's not holding on to it anymore.
Question.
No, I meant
I'm gonna.
It's probably damaged.
Yeah, I get it. His firearm. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? It definitely would be his. If you wanna, I mean, he's knocked out. I'll say that he's very easily lootable. Yeah, he's got his combat rifle, but it's pretty fucked up.
Is he dead
You'd have
though?
to give it a little bit of a search. He is.
He
alive.
is dead. He's alive. Okay.
No, he is alive.
Barely.
Barely, but he is there, and he is unconscious currently. He has now been disarmed. And it is. Yeah. What do y'all want to do?
I'm
think
gonna
Yuri-
wave people over. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Yuri, after the car went off, I sat hard down on my keister and just was like, I kind of look over at a daze to Johnny and say, I didn't think that was going to actually work. That's an emergency tactic they teach you at Crimson Caravan. And I'm like seeing stars in my eyes, like the last outline of Freddy. I'm just being like,
Oh yeah,
Sweet
you're probably
Lord.
seeing some spots, I would guess.
oh yeah, I'm fucking completely goofed
Yeah, and there's
right now.
it's ringing like as Rifleman's calling you over, like you're hearing just
Yeah.
fading a little bit. You got the archer mop thing going on.
I'm gonna drag Cutler back about 10 feet away from the presumably still hot, smoky crater. Just drag him back, sort of
Very
towards maybe this car here, that's sort of opposite where the other car was. Just drag what's left of his body away, and I'll lightly slap him on the face.
Sure.
Wake up,
Are you trying to
You old
rouse him?
curmudgeon. Wake up, you old curmudgeon.
You give him a slap, and it takes a couple more for him to finally sort of snap out of it, and he's just dazed. He seems surprisingly okay until he gets a look at his arm, and shock starts to set in. My arm, my goddamn arm! You took my arm! It just starts like going off, rambling. He's not doing so good, and he looks like he's about to. I'm good. And he's like fading out again.
I yell to Yuri to have Yuri and Johnny come over and maybe apply a tourniquet or something. I don't think we have any stim packs. I don't know if I'd want to use them on him anyway, but we could try
We
to.
have stuff, but I'm not really in the mood to use it on a guy who, just made me fucking nuke a kid.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
Yuri will like get shakily to his feet, and Johnny, if give me a hand here, and ask for help a little bit to go over. We have beeping. Anyway,
Yeah.
ask to go over
So he's backing
to Cutler, and yeah, I'll do a medicine check to just try to stabilize him. Like, yeah, do a quick tourniquet. The arm's gone. If he's
very
bleeding,
much-
we're gonna.
He's very much injured at the moment. So Grant stepped out to deal with a beeping of potentially some sort of fire alarm at his home. While we'll get you guys to keep the show rolling here. While
Absolutely,
yeah. If you want to
let's,
do a medicine check, he's
would
pretty
love to.
fucked up. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. He's injured in his right arm. So if you want to stabilize him, it's going to be we'll say with the severity of the injuries that he's dealt with, it's going to be a difficulty 2 test of your medicine and intelligence skills.
Okay.
And you can help out on this, Johnny, if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll do an assist.
Johnny, if you could just keep him focused, keep asking him questions. I need him conscious. He is experiencing shock and can spiral into uncompensated shock, which will kill him.
Hey, mister, don't fall asleep there. And Johnny's just kind of like jostling him, but like really carefully.
The careful jostle. My medicine and intelligence target is 11, and I also have a perk that says, I have two. I have healer. When you heal a patient's, no. When you use first aid action to try to treat an injury, you can re-roll 1d20. So I'm going to roll 2d20s.
Well, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, 2d20 and, for a target of 11.
And Johnny, you roll 1 with whatever your target of medicine and intelligence is to help out.
Okay, so my target number is an astounding 5. So here we go.
Hey, there you go.
Here we go.
Okay, so that's a 12 and an 11, but I get to re-roll 1 because of my medic. And the second one is a 9 and an 11. So that's 2 successes from me.
Okay.
Johnny was no
Y'all
help.
are hitting the fucking mark today. Okay, good to know. You get you're able to you rip off. Actually, you know, how do you want to do this, Mr. Real Life Medic? How do you want to stabilize the situation? And don't bar us with the actual details.
No, I'm going to
gonna get a xiphoid process.
I'm going to look for a. I find a piece of rebar in the rubble, and I'm going to just tear like the bottom off of my habit and tie it around his arm, and then twist the rebar, 3-4 times, and then tie both ends of the rebar so it stays stable. And I say, to Cutler, I say, you have stopped bleeding. However, you are going to die if you are left here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to take care of myself. And I stand up because I got shot. Remember,
You did.
I got
You did.
shot. I'm going to wander over to the radioactive fallout of that car and kind of just warm my hands over it as one would a bonfire.
I love it. That's really great. We'll say that. Nice environmental role playing from Yuri this round. Yeah, you're healed. Fuck you. You're healed. That's too good. Good job. Nicely done. Cutler starts to rouse this. You sons of bitches, my arm. Yeah. And he looks over and sees Freddy's remains. Oh, God. That damn kid. I can't believe Mad Dog sent me out with these greenhorns.
McCreary.
You son of a bitch, Rifleman.
Yeah, I wasn't
What do you
the
want
one
to do
who
with
just.
your now dying guy?
I wasn't the one who just tripped this guy. He might have been able to jump out of the way. You just keep fucking up, don't you, Cutler?
You got a lot of nerve, Rifleman. I've seen. You think that's bad? I know. I was there. I seen what you did. You think you got one on me? These two, do they even know half the man you are?
At that, I'm going to walk back over and step on his arm that I've just tourniqueted.
Oh, damn.
A little bit. And be like, unless you want last rites, you would. Mad Dog. You said Mad Dog sent you.
Yeah. What about it? Grant, as a former associate, we'll say, of the Highwaymen, you would know that Mad Dog is the head honcho. If Cutler's a crew chief, if he's a lieutenant of sorts or a sergeant of sorts, then Mad Dog is the lieutenant or the colonel. He's the boss around these parts when it comes to the Highwaymen. You two, Johnny, you probably would be blissfully unaware of that, but Yuri, I don't know, maybe you've heard the name, but not in any,
I'm not going to go anywhere
fashion.
with that. I just kind of wanted to dig a little deeper on that.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, Grant, you would know that this is the boss man in the area. He's the crew chief of crew chiefs.
Yeah, well, I guess Cutler, the choice is yours. Do you want to tell him how badly you fucked this up, or do you want me to send him your head? It's your call.
It's a great question. Clickety
What else you
clackety
wanna
math
do?
rocks. Oh, it's so bad. Okay, interesting. It seems you caught me at a bit of a disadvantage. These, ain't no contract worth what this has been. And ain't no greenhorns worth it either. I might be only half the man I was when we first met, both figuratively and literally. You really have changed. If you're willing to let me go, I'll, if it's up to you. You've got me unawares. I'm likely to move on. But if you can let this go.
I tell you what, Cutler. You had my back in Granby, and I appreciate that. You remember where Longmount is? You ever pass through there?
I done heard tell of it a time or two.
Well, listen, it's a good little place. How about you head on down there? Leave the highwayman behind. I did. It was probably one of the best things I've done for myself. And we'll call it square. Find Bert, Carla there, and I'll buy you a drink if you're there when I pass through next.
Johnny, I think Cutler died, didn't he? Here.
I mean, I'm just as well to let bygones be bygones here. I see the poor man suffered enough. Maybe it's time he atoned for his sins.
Indeed. I have no idea who this man is before me. He was wounded when we came across him. I think Cutler died seeking revenge.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. Cutler pauses a moment, looks down at the remains of his stump. I think I might have heard that rumor too. And we're gonna go on halftime there as we go. Combat resolved. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking through, and thank you for blowing the shit up out of the place, players. We're gonna take a quick break while I tally all of you lovely humans. I'm assuming you're not bots, but I mean anything's possible. While we tally up all of the prize packs. Yeah, I know you are. But we're gonna put this all together, and we're gonna come back. We are going to draw for a digital copy of the Fallout 2D20 rule book. Thanks so much for sticking around. We're going to be back in about 15 minutes or so. We'll call it 20 after 8. We will be back. We're gonna be playing 8 Eastern time. We're gonna be playing up until 9:30 Eastern, but we've got a bit of a hard cut this time around. So come on back now, you hear, as we find out what the conclusion of this interesting turn of events will be. Stay tuned, everyone. We will be back in a flash.
Come back and bring your friends.
Hello again, lovely folks. We are back from the break. Thanks for sticking around. You have rejoined us, or maybe just first joined us, if you're just tuning in now to the second half of this episode, into episode 5 of A Fistful of Neutrons, a wacky, wild western wasteland adventure, playing the Fallout 2 D20 system by Modifius Games. Thanks so much for sticking around. Before we jump back into the action in which our lovely band of heroes has just nuclear exploded themselves out of a bit of a sticky situation, we're going to go ahead and do a draw. Thank you so much for everyone who's commented prize pack in the chat, and for signing up either on Patreon or jumping in on Instagram. But we've got a prize wheel here, and we're going to do a spin, the winner of which is going to get a digital copy of the Fallout 2D20 rulebook. You can see my lovely tabs here. Yours will not come with those because yours will be digital. But it will be coming to you if you win this spin. So let's go ahead and spin it and see what happens. Always blue. Always blue. Always blue.
Good luck, everybody.
And congratulations to...
Who got it?
Oh, so close. Look at that. It's Darren Drader. Darren Drader. However thou dost pronounce it, you are our lucky winner in this week's Fallout 2D20 draw. Drop me a line at wgnewsradio@gmail.com, or hop on the Discord and send me a PM. We'll have to verify that it is in fact yourselves. But thank you so much for partaking, everyone, and congratulations, Darren.
Good job, Darren. Congratulations.
Good job. Good job, Darren. Fantastic. If you want to get in on more WGNR giveaways, hop on to YouTube or our Discord to become part of the online community. We've got On the Go, and we've got lots of fun stuff coming up, including the Hobby League September entry, which is wrapping up tomorrow. We will choose a winner toot sweetly after that, who's going to win this Fallout Wasteland Warfare Minis prize pack, which we put together. And we will do another 2D20 draw coming up rather soon. We've got, I think, 2 more of these digital copies to go around. So, yeah, stay tuned. We may even do one again next week. We shall see. But thank you so much again for taking part. And we're going to get back into the action now. So thank you again. Okay, so for those of you who were here at the last go round, our lovely party was first walked into a trap by a couple of highwaymen with an axe to grind, as far as some previously slain highwaymen. If you want to know exactly what our party were in their bad graces, go check out session 0.5 replay on our YouTube. It's the very first
We have single-handedly eradicated that highwayman crew.
That entire crew.
Totally didn't even mean to, but mistakes, they've been known to happen.
Mistakes happen.
Mistakes do happen, which is our official slogan for this campaign. You now find yourselves in the ruins of Niwat, a very familiar site because you've been here once before in session 0.5. In fact, you were only a stone's throw away from where you encountered those mutants and the first 2 highwaymen of this highwayman crew. You sit now, or I guess we'll say he's standing, Cutler, or the highwayman formerly known as Cutler, who you've now convinced to head on to Longmount on his merry way to assume, one would hope, a new life and a new identity, and hopefully a new attitude, because that last one was fucking horseshit, and to become part of the Longmounters and leave his highwayman life behind. Gotta get my Cutler voice. When Mad Dog said that you'd left the crew and gone straight, Rifleman, I would scarcely believe it, but here you are showing mercy upon me. I won't mince words. I aim to do you harm. Nothing personal, of course. Had more to do with old Freddy over there, as he points to the charred remains of one Freddy Eddie. But
I owe you that much. What'd you say? Those folks in Longmount. What was it? Who was it you said I should look into? I don't want to just my people don't necessarily have the best reputation throughout the wasteland, as you yourself would rightly know.
Well, a place like that, I think, if you walk in and offer to be of service, plus Cutler died, so whoever you are now, you can write your own history. Just try to make best use of the time you've got left.
I think that's fair enough. I think that's a fair enough deal I can make with you. I'd shake your hand, but I heard shaking left-handed's bad luck.
I think actually, Cutler, there is a young boy. He's by the name of Hondat there. Yeah, he will need information about the roads and routes that are safe and not so safe to travel for caravanners. I think that a person such as yourself could offer and elucidate him on, if he was to set up a trade route, what would be the best ways to avoid highwaymen and raiders. And I think probably this would earn you some caps if you manned the stall for a while.
I think it's fair to say I know a thing or two about these old highways and these old highwaymen. As he looks at Grant.
Eventually, he will need to hire guards and caravan escorts. So I think this is something that you know. What was your name again?
He starts, doing the look around. Well, I think that my name might be. My name might be Louis. St. Louis. I heard seen that on a map somewhere. Yeah, that sounds good enough to me. You're a man of the cloth. You ever heard of a St. Louis before?
I know him well. Louis, it is very nice to make your acquaintance. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have something that I need to attend to. And I kind of walk away from him.
Absolutely. You're standing there. So what's the plans, Stans? Are y'all going to send him on his merry way, or is there a bit of an escort situation happening here?
Well, you guys figure that out.
We're due back at the Altona Hotel anyway, right? To report on the fact that we were sent up here to deal with the super mutants.
Correct. The super mutant issue was happening around the hotel. They were getting repeated attacks from the gang there. Now, the reason that you're out here in particular was to track down these missing highwaymen, which in fact y'all accidentally killed one of them many moons ago. So the mutants themselves, good assumption there. They are still, an issue of sorts, but you weren't out tracking down. You were tracking down the highwaymen that were missing more so than the mutants.
Right. I would pull Johnny and Yuri aside and confer briefly whether or not we wanted to escort him on the way to wherever next we are headed. I don't think Longmount is very far from here, though, is it?
It's about a half day's ride if you wanted to head back in that direction. It would be a backtrack from where you are now. You took the long way around to get to the hotel, so you would lose some time. But if you go through the ruins themselves, it's faster than the route you took. But again, you're backtracking a bit. Well, a lot.
Looking
Going
at
right
him,
back to where you started.
does he look like he's going to pass out before he would even make it back to Longmount?
No, I mean he's looking okay. I mean if
Okay
if you went
for an
through the
armless
ruins,
guy?
anything. Pretty okay for an armless guy with a handful of hit points left. But Yuri was able to patch him up pretty good. So yeah, I'll say that he's he'd be looking to take the long way around himself, the safer route. But yeah, he would be able to make it without your assistance if you wanted to send him on his way.
I'm going to give him back his combat rifle. He'll probably have a tough time using it now, but I hate to send a guy off without his firearm.
Okay. Yeah,
All
you hand
right.
it back to him, and he sort of cradles it, trying to figure out with one arm. Well, it's gonna be a little difficult, ain't it? But man, the receiver's all busted.
Would you prefer
damaged.
this? And I like hand him over my pipe pistol. Would you
Totally do a
prefer
trade.
this?
Well, it's a two-handed gun. That's in the rule books. It's a two-handed weapon. Yeah, all right, preacher. He goes to say, all right, and he stops himself. Preacher, God, it's no good to me anyway. Here, tosses, puts it sort of in your chest, and takes a pipe pistol. Yuri, you've got a bit of an upgrade. You have a somewhat hot and smoking weapon, and yeah, he in fact,
repaired.
yeah, it's gonna need some help. But yeah, you've got a combat rifle, and if you wanted to see exactly what needed to be done to fix it up, you would be able to examine that.
Well,
But,
we
you-
can do that
you
at a
strap him
later
up.
date.
Sure.
I'll say to him, I think you will have to make it to Longmount on your own as penance. We cannot take you back to the Altona alive and then say that you are dead. Sorry, that Cutler had died, and a man looking exactly like him shows up, but missing an arm. Lewis, you must make it to Longmount on your own. I must go back to my Enola May. We have other things that we need to do. I suggest that you make yourself very useful with that pipe pistol while you're there. I think we have spoken long enough, Lewis. And Yuri's starting to get a little agitated. He's
Sure.
like, I must attend to the dead. So if you'll excuse me.
Oh, interesting enough. Yeah, Cutler, with a few more parting words to Rifleman. If it's any consolation, I know it wasn't all your fault what happened between the two of us. I'll do my best to make good, but if you run into any of the others, you tell them that Cutler died, and you tell them that he died a highwayman's death.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
He
the
gives
least
you
I can do.
the secret highwayman handshake.
I'll engage him with that.
Yeah, that's the least I can do. Hey, Godspeed, St. Louis.
By the way, that's the
Godspeed.
new Hold Steady album, Godspeed St. Louis.
Yeah, nice.
He nods, tucks the pistol into his belt, and heads off towards the Highway 36, off to the road that will take him eventually back to Longmount within a day's time. As he's walking off, he turns back and says, "Those mutants, they're not the brightest things in the world. Those homesteaders out at the hotel, they'll probably be all right, but just before you might be better off to head out before sundown. I think we got most of them, but you never know with these greenskins." He heads off into the distance.
All right.
It is. We'll say it's getting a little bit late. Speaking of sundown, it's probably mid afternoon, pushing towards early evening. What do you want to do?
Johnny, What do you make of this situation?
Well, I'm sure glad we all got out of that in one piece. I think we might as well be on our way. Send this fella on his way. You know what I'm saying? No use wasting any more time with this guy.
I would tend to agree. Also, a large explosion is bound to draw attention. I would like to be back in Altona before sundown.
Yeah, I'm on board with
Good
that.
call.
Let's get a move on.
Duke is sort of like acting a bit funny. He's like scratching at his ears a lot, and I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, he was pretty far away from the blast, but being so close to a little nuclear explosion is never necessarily the best move for anyone. You all head out on your way off towards the Altona Hotel. It doesn't take you too long. You get back in and around, we'll say early evening. The sundown hours, but not actually sundown itself.
Sorry, just on the road while we're on the highway. I had taken up a scoop of Freddy's ashes, and I've hung back from the other two. And as I'm walking, I have my head down, and you can kind of just see Yuri mumbling and praying to himself, and every once in a while spreading a little bit of the ashes on the highway of Freddy.
Okay. Scattering him about. Yes, gain 1 divinity point. Wait, no, that's not a thing. You give him his last rites, and as you spread his ashes across the highways, as you make your way back through the ruins, it's a little bit treacherous as it was on the way there, but you've spent a little bit of time in the ruins now. You know how to navigate your way around them, and you've now navigated your way out of them as you get back to the hotel. Standing guard at the gate is Mr. Alexander and his young lad, which I think was Robbie was his name. Man, I gotta remember all the NPCs to make up on the spot. Well, it's Robbie now if it wasn't before. Mr. Alexander Jr. I'll look back and say, oh, well, Mr. Yuri and Rifleman and your vault dwelling, Fred, and he tips his hat a little bit. It's a pleasure to see y'all, but I remember there being a couple more of you when you left.
I kind of nudge Johnny with my elbow.
Yeah, there was a little bit of difficulty when we went out into the desert there. I guess those fellas had a bone to pick, and they didn't make it back with us. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, well, and what about? Did they ever find their other 2 missing compatriots?
No, it looks like those green monsters did a number on them and took them out.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give me charisma plus speech test. Mr. Alexander, he's seen his fair share of tall tales running a roadside roadhouse. We'll make it a difficulty 2 test.
Everyone disliked that.
Everyone disliked that. Okay, so my target number is 10. And
that's pretty good.
Is it speech? I'm testing charisma and speech.
Charisma and speech, yes, indeed.
All right. Well, speech is a tag skill, so let's see what we do. Oh, okay. That's 3 successes. I got 1 regular success and a 3, which is dos successes.
Dos successes.
Dos tres X.
Wow. Tres Ekis, 3 successes. He looks up and down for a moment, thinks about it. You gain an action point for an additional success. And all right, well, that's what I get for hiring highwaymen, I guess, to they were the best we had, but all right, fair enough. Well, I guess if I
I couldn't interest you all to maybe pick up their contract, spend the night in case any more of them greenskins show up.
Are we talking about caps here, sir?
What are we talking about, Cap? Where'd you find this guy? Yeah, we're talking about caps.
Well, how
Bottle
many?
caps. You ever heard of them?
I've heard of them. Now, what's the fee for all three of our expertise for the evening?
Oh, it's clickety clackety math rocks. That's going. Wow. Okay, sure. Well, I'm sure I could. Their contract was for 36 caps, but well, there was
Can we
5
do
of
a
them,
bullshit
so,
check on that? I would like to do a hard bullshit check on that. Insight in another game.
Barter, roll insight with Bardic inspiration. No, yeah, you can. I don't think it would take much of a roll to find out that. He's trying to barter you. He's offered you 36 caps, which is an oddly specific number, but that's what I rolled. So there you go. If you want to barter with him.
Can I say something as part of the barter? Because I feel like
Absolutely.
barter is one of my tag skills.
So, Mr. Alexander, you're asking us whether or not we'd like to stay and receive a frontal assault from super mutants for about as much caps as 3 rounds of ammunition cost each. Is my math correct there?
Yeah,
Also,
you're
I
not
would like to
wrong,
point
you're not
out,
wrong.
While he is saying this, I have only this broken weapon to use. I have nothing. And I am a frail old man, so take with that what you may.
Well, see, what he said made me want to give you more caps. What you said made me want to give you less. So
I elbow Yuri.
yeah, nice bartering skills, I guess. Are you negging him? What is this? Okay, we're gonna.
I'm trying to fix my gun.
Oh, okay. All right, sure. Well, then why don't we make this we're going to make things a little bit difficult because you guys have been doing really well on the roll. So I'm going to step it up. It's a difficulty 3 test of which I'll let, Grant, you gave the initial chat, so we'll make you the primary on this. And Yuri, you can assist with this as well. So that's going to be a charisma plus barter check.
Charisma plus barter coming in. That's a 6 + 3 target 9.
What if Johnny helps? Because Johnny's better at this than I am.
Hey, you're the one who piped in with talking about your broken gun and I'm a dying ghoul. Like, what do you want from me here?
I can't see at night. I'm scared of conflict.
All right, fine. What do you want from me?
A charisma plus barter. Barter. Oh.
Charisma plus barter. Okay, so my
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
I double 9'd on mine, and my target's 9. It meets or beats.
Okay, so that's duly successes.
2 successes barely.
Okay, this is very fun
on the cusp.
On the nose.
This is very fun for the narrative as well. So my target number is charisma plus barter. I have nothing in barter, and my charisma is a 5, and my roll is a 5. Which meets or beats.
Wow.
So we barely make this work.
Nice assist, man.
Skin of the tits. Very, very, very nice. He looks at you longingly and says, all right, well, I guess I could throw in an extra
36 caps.
How does an extra? All right, well, how about we make it an even 50? How does that sound?
And the fixed gun. And fix the gun.
All right, I'll throw you in some parts to fix the gun.
And do
Don't
you have
that because it's so close?
And you have look, listen, I'm just trying to help you protect your establishment because if this place goes down,
All right.
you got nothing. Do you have any sort of explosives that we could set up?
Well, explosives might be
might be a little. I don't know if that's necessarily something we would have in the old stores, but he starts thinking for a minute. You know what? Go see Cookie. She's got a pretty good supply of Tato vodka, as the Yuri calls it here, that we got from the Boulder
He's very
Bazaar.
fond of
I'm inclined to think that maybe we could rig something up.
Yeah, having a couple Yuri cocktails, the old Molotovs, might be a bit of a leveler as far as the playing field is concerned. But it sounds like you've got yourself a deal, Mr. Alexander.
All right, fair enough. Hey, Robbie! You do like a big old whistle, and he looks, and the kid's like right next to him. He's like, "Oh, jeez, Dad, what? I'm right here. Go on and fetch your mother and get a couple of bottles while you're at it. Tell her we need some Andropov cocktails. She'll know what I mean." Little Robbie runs off with his. He's got his like little varmint rifle that you showed him how to use in the last episode, Grant, and he's like again still looking at you like wide eyed, like you guys are, the cat's meow. He runs off. And before you know it, you can see Cookie's out there fixing up some Malo Tavos. Yeah, you have now taken a contract of Tall Green and Uglies is the name of this side quest, which you've now formally accepted. And your job is to stand guard of the hotel overnight and ward off any potential green skins. You, Grant, spent a little bit of time fixing up the walls of this place before you left. So yeah, we're gonna play a little Calvin ball here. Y'all are here. You've got It is now your task to make sure that this place remains until sunup. After that, your contract is complete, and y'all can continue on your way to Boulder City, which is now only 1 day's trek away from you. How do you want to do this? It is about, we'll say you've got about an hour until sundown proper. From what you gathered from Mr. Alexander previously, the mutants they've been coming every night, but the highwaymen who were here were doing a pretty good job of dispatching them as they were coming along. You three, in fact, helped dispatch two of this war band some nights ago inadvertently. It's hard to tell exactly how many there are, but you know that their forces have dwindled significantly since the first attack in which the highwaymen were captured. So how do you want to go about the defenses of this? I will leave it up to you. You have a couple NPCs at your disposal. You've got Mr. Alexander, Cookie, and young Robbie. There was also a young couple who are honeymooning here. They are here, but we'll say that they're combat ineffective.
Fair enough. What about the drunk old man? There was also a drunk old man passed out on a table.
There was a drunk old man. Yes, thank you. There was a very, very, very drunk old man. JD, the drunk old man.
Level 20 warlock
on this bar.
Okay.
He's actually an institute courser in disguise.
There we go. All right, first I'm going to ask Yuri if he can patch my arm up a little, because I still
was
have
looking at it as we were
wound.
traveling. It is a wound that I can take a look at. Yes, first, and then I'm going to take the damaged combat rifle and kind of give it over to Johnny and say, "Take this thing from me. It is going to be useless in my hands." And
Johnny's into one-man fucking armory now.
Yeah, he's just strapped. He's got 3 guns.
you're going to need to get that repaired before it will be useful in combat, and find ammunition for it as well. But it is your problem now.
Just thinking out loud, Yuri, would you like a gun? Because currently you have none.
I do currently have 0 guns.
I have so many no
just
guns at all.
making sure you know that. Yeah.
You can take the 10 mil. I got 10 mil.
I'll go ahead and take the 10 mil. Yeah.
Nice. That's good. That's good use, I think, of your skills. Okay, so there you go. Go ahead and we do a little inventory swap. You go up and push X on your companion and access their inventory and swap off with them some weapons. Your
And the
load
game
has been
crashed.
reduced. And the game crashed. Reload a save of Fallout 4. There you go. Yuri, you've got a 10 mil. Johnny, you've got a combat rifle, which is currently damaged and inoperable, but you do have the caravan, the what did we call it? The coach gun, the old property of Honest Abe, who's now pushing daisies some time ago. So if you want to get that bad boy repaired, you would have to repair it. There is a workbench here in which you repaired that shotgun last time around. It will take you some materials and some time to do. Believe it's a complexity 1 weapon. I have all of this. It's almost like I was prepared for this, and I have it all here. We're vamping. We'll say that it's a complexity 2 repair, so it would cost 3 common materials, of which your party, I believe, has a decent number.
I have common materials flowing from my ass.
I don't think Johnny's much of a strategist, so in making battle preparations, I think his time is best served repairing this gun, so he's kind of gonna hop to it.
Sure. Yep. I like it. Yeah, okay. So, there we go. Sorry, I was looking at recipes. So, yeah, it's going to take 2 common materials still to repair this bad boy. Because of the item rarity, we'll call it a rarity 1. And to do such a thing, you will need to use intelligence plus repair, and it will take a little bit of time to do. You can spend some action points to make this happen a little bit quicker, but it is an intelligence plus repair skill.
What if I fix up Grant, and Grant fixes up your gun, and you guys can do it together? It's like a project.
Yeah, I can do that for sure.
Like a nice.
That's probably the best idea.
I'd love to give him some help while he's working on that weapon if I could.
Yeah, you could watch, see how it all shakes out.
I'll hold the
I'm gonna
flashlight.
do a medicine. I'm gonna do a medicine roll on Grant to patch up his arm.
Sure.
I'm gonna.
So it's intelligence plus medicine, and you get and you will heal as many hit points as you have points in the medicine skill. What is your medicine skill currently?
Well, and I also have a perk called Healer. When you heal a patient's HP using the first aid action, increase the amount of HP healed by +1.
Well, there you go.
My medicine is 2, so I can heal you for 3.
Perfect.
Got it. Fantastic.
I feel so much better.
And that is. Oh, sorry.
Outstanding.
My target number is.
Got to roll for it though, buddy.
What's that?
Got to roll for it though.
Yeah, my target number is a 11, and I rolled a 2 and a 6, so that's 2 successes.
Okay, absolutely. Then you succeed. Rifleman heal 3 hit points.
Thank you.
Johnny
very
walked
much.
away again unscathed from the last one.
It's almost like he's fucking lucky.
He's really
Lucky
lucky.
bastard.
So
Grant,
much
so
and while
everyone else got shot for the poor decisions that Johnny made.
I mean,
Grant-
if you wanna lay it out like that, that's exactly what happened.
Grant would love to go around also and re-inquire as to where the attacks generally came from, if they have any idea about that.
Sure. You recall from patching up the fences, and you walk around and you do some inquisitive inquiring about where these attacks have been coming from, and the hole that you found in the fence, the big one, which Duke was able to help you find the remains of a mini nuke around the fences. Does in fact give you a bit of an idea that these mutants are they're going for the walls. There is a ramshackle makeshift gate, which you all know, having spent some time here in the past on your journeys down this highway, made up of an old bus. Which they roll across the open gate at night. Think of Road Warrior, Mad Max 2.
Yep.
If you've seen that, the old gas compound.
Beyond the Thunderdome,
That's the third one. You
Is that the third one? Okay.
It is the third one. It's not the point. What matters is that there's a main gate which is made of a big old bus, which is pretty tough to get through. But these mutants, as far as you can gather, have been going for the walls. They've been mostly they've been going for the sort of the I guess would be the front side. I don't know if it's northwest, south, or whatever, but they've been going for the front side of the walls near the gate, but not the gate itself proper.
Okay.
It's been head-on assaults. They've been trying to just barrel through. Last night, you know that they got pretty close. They put a big hole in the wall, but they took too many casualties to get through.
What is the terrain in the area like? Is it flat? Are we in the sort of flat parts of?
Flat Colorado.
Yes, it's of the.
Tis the flattest state.
Tis the flattest. The region you guys are in is very foothills-y, almost like, imagine, if you will, the foothills of southern Alberta, Canada, which some of you may or may not be familiar with.
That's nothing like Colorado.
Or very much like Colorado, but at this different elevation. So it's rolly, but not like super rolly. There are slight valleys and the like. But where you are currently is in a bit of a dip of one of these valleys alongst the road. So it's not difficult terrain. Like for example, if someone were to charge or attack this place, they wouldn't have to spend any action points to traverse any difficult terrain. But it's open and doable.
There might be higher ground within, say, a 200-yard or 100-yard sort of a radius.
Definitely. There is the roof of the Altona Hotel itself. It is a 2-story building. So is there the roof or the second story? I know that my rifleman likes his roofs. But there is also, if you really, really wanted to go a little bit further out, yeah, sure, why not? We'll say that there is a bit of a more rugged, hilly landscape outside the compound of the hotel, but it's a little bit further out.
Is it close enough that
it's not within running distance, let's say, would take you 2 turns to get back and forth.
Okay, but within whatever time is left of the hour that we had, Rifleman could get to this wooded hill. Yeah,
he would, yes.
Okay, I whistle the Duke, tell everyone else that I'm going to be up on the hill doing some scouting, and if you hear me hollering and hightailing it, please just open the gate. Just a crack.
Okay. Now, do y'all want to try to repair this combative rifle?
I will definitely try to repair that rifle.
Well. Sure.
I'm gonna
so it's
spend an action point.
Okay, of which you have exactly 1.
Perfect.
Also, Johnny, I would inquire with Cookie about if she has any ammunition for this.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. But first, I'll fix your rifle. Oh, so that's a crit success and 2 successes on a tag skill.
Ooh. It becomes Excalibur. It just becomes a unicorn with a hilt.
It doesn't really show up very well, does it? It's a unicorn with a hilt.
Take your word for it. Yeah, okay.
Nice.
So this, you do a bang up job putting this thing back together, Rifleman. This combat rifle, we'll say that, for this combat encounter in particular, normally the combat rifle deals 3 damage die, but we'll say you fix it up so well that for this combat encounter, or the first combat encounter in which you use it, Jonathan Bottlecap, it will deal 4 physical base damage. It has a range of medium, so it is not as effective in close combat as your 10mm was, and it has a fire rate of 2, meaning that you can boost, if you spend ammunition, you can boost that up to an additional 2 points of damage die. And we'll say that you go and have a chat with Cookie, who is both Mr. Alexander's wife and the runner of the general store in this little settlement. It's it's a shop. So why don't you go ahead and roll me 1d20 to see how many rounds of ammo munition you're able to get.
Rolling 2.
Give me that roll.
I got a 2.
I also rolled a 2.
Not great. Okay, well there you go. It's not great. I think like the 308 ammo that you had cleared her out of earlier there, Grant. I don't know off the top of my head what the combat rifle uses as we're vamping.
I think I'll check here. I'm on that page,
isn't it?
Okay, if you're on the page, fantastic. It might be 45.
Somewhere around page 90, a little bit past. So it uses. Oh, that just doesn't say, does it? Combat rifle. It's a 45 by default.
It's a 45. Okay, there you go. So she pockets you 4 rounds of 45, and we'll say that Cutler's clip had in it. Okay, that's pretty lucky. 19. So in total, you have a 23 rounds of ammunition for this battle.
Hooray.
Not bad. Not bad.
So there you go. Keep track of that as you go, and we're off and or running in that. So Grant, sorry, you said you were, speaking of off and running, headed to the hills.
I'm headed for a hill that's hopefully in the 150 yard range, kind of distant from the gate. I'd like to be able to see as much of the gate and walls around the gate as I can.
Okay.
Splitting the party is always a bold move. Great. Never fails.
Hasn't failed ever any time before
In the history of parties.
No, never once. What are the rest of you two doing? The hours, the sun is now fully set, and it's the clock is a ticking. What do you two want to do? Where are you positioning yourselves? Are we doing a shift sleeping thing? What's it look like?
Well, first,
Paint me a word picture.
I visited Enola May where she was, gave her some reassurance, and then I think I've spent the rest of the time helping Cookie fill Andropov cocktails.
Andropov cocktails.
Getting as
Andropov
many
cocktails.
Andropov
Sure.
cocktails as we can in the hands of the people who are going to be up on them walls.
I like it. Yeah, sure. Why don't you roll me a let's do roll a d6.
Okay.
And that's how many Andropov cocktails you're able to cook up.
Cool. That's a solid 1.
Tight.
Thanks.
You get 1 Andropov cocktail. There you go.
Did you drink
it's a bit of a
some?
sloppy operation. It's dark. You take a couple
One
shots
for me,
as you go.
one for you.
Didn't have as much as you thought you did. It turns out old JD in the bar maybe drank a little bit of the supply while you guys were away. He's still passed out. Hasn't even moved. But add yourself a Molotov Andropov cocktail to the general inventory. It's an explosive weapon, perception plus explosives to use, and it does a whole bunch of neat stuff. 3 damage, persistent damage, so it'll deal continuous damage at the end of every turn of the person who is on fire. It's energy damage, it blasts, and it's throwing. So there's a whole lot of things on the go with this weapon. But add 1 to your inventory.
Got it, baby. Andropov
Yuri,
cocktail.
Got it, baby.
Yuri, you've got 13 ammunition with your 10 millimeter pistol as well.
10
10
milliliter
milliliter
pistol.
pistol.
10 milliliter pistol.
I
It's
will
a water
shoot.
gun.
Perfect.
You know
Thank
the party
very
is
much.
Canadian because we use our weapons in metric.
Yeah.
And how?
And how? So there you go. 13. You got him. Keep track of that as
Johnny,
well.
what are you doing?
Exactly what I was going to ask.
Well, I think he's kind of a little aimless, kind of watching the two of you guys kind of move with purpose. So I think Johnny's just kind of gonna post up, behind a window or something on the top floor and keep lookout.
Keeping lookout. Good to hear. As you all are in your respective hidey holes for the night. The time moves very, very slowly. It's a watched pot never boils, and an ambush rarely goes off on time. And no plan survives contact with the enemy as you wait and you wait and you wait. It is maybe getting to be about 3 or 4 hours into the night proper, so it's pushing midnight. When why don't all of you give me a perception plus survival check?
Perception plus survival.
Not a test, just a general check.
General check.
General check.
8 plus 2, target 10. 2d20, baby! Crit success and a 4. That's 2 successes for me, and one of them is a good one. It's so good.
Rolling rocks
It's
this episode was.
good.
That is a fail and then a critical fail. I rolled a 20 and a 7.
Oh, very
My target number is a 6.
very nice.
Yeah, you're welcome, everyone.
Okay.
Johnny the combat veteran.
Yeah.
Okay.
Battle
My
hardened.
perception and my survival gives me a target number of 10, and I rolled a 9 and a 4, so that's 2 successes.
Okay, interesting. So Johnny, might to understand. So the two of you, Rifleman and Yuri, had no fails, correct?
0 fails.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, and Johnny, you had 2, one of which
I had
was
a
critical.
fail, and a critical fail. So that's almost like 3 failures.
You know what? That is like 3 failures. And in fact, Johnny, you're the one that sees them first. And as you're sitting up, yeah, this is good. As you're sitting up with your combat rifle, you're closer to the action than Rifleman is, and about the same time that Rifleman sees them, you see them, but you're not sure at first what it is you're seeing because you very, very, very briefly fall asleep.
Classic.
And as you quickly do, you know, the head nod, the like, come to. You do about 3 head nods, and the first one, when you wake up and you look across towards the Niwot ruins, everything's clear. The second head nod as you wake up, you see what appear to be 3 very small dots on the horizon. And the third head nod was probably out a little bit longer than you thought it was, because those 3 dots far off on the horizon suddenly look a lot bigger. And you can now see the telltale husk of 3 very large creatures running towards you. Rifleman, you also see this, but not from a falling asleep vantage point. You see them crest the hill, coming across the highway towards the Altona Hotel. And you can see through your scope as you train in and dial in the windage and focus up, you see clearly the outline of 3 very large, very green super mutants, and one of them is holding something which appears to be blinking.
Oh my god.
And that's what we're going to call it for tonight here, folks. We have a bit of a hard cutoff coming up quickly, so I'm not going to beleaguer things, and that seems like a good a place as any to end. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking in again. So great to see so many folks tuning in to this week after week after week. It means so much that you all are getting involved on the action here and taking part in this awesome story that we're telling together. I hope you're enjoying it, and it's so great to see some new friends and fans here tonight. Indigo Dragon, awesome to see a new person in there. Oh my gosh, going through Ken Hayes, thank you so much for subscribing and for joining in. Darren Drader, well, congratulations on your win of the Fallout 2D20 rulebook. We are now in communication. I see you've sent me an email, so we'll get that all on the go and get that digital code to you ASAP. Fantastic time, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. We will be back in 2 weeks' time, which, if I look at the calendar, will be the 14th of the month of October. So we're very much looking forward to continuing and telling this story. And we're thinking that in October, being that, Fallout Day, the day of the Great War, is coming up on the 23rd of October, we may have something a little bit special planned for you folks in that stream week as well. So stay tuned. We'll have some information on what exactly we'll be doing, a little bit of a special thing for you then. But players, thank you so much for taking part.
No, thank you. Thank you, everybody, as well, for watching.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Tell those if you know the Fallout peeps who might enjoy getting down on some live play, please let them know Devil's Run, another 2D20 game. Indigo Dragon will be taking a look at that as well. Check out the Modifius website for all kinds of great products, including the Fallout 2D20 rulebook. We are not sponsored, but they did give us some free swag, so it only feels about right to give them a shout out. Let the people you love know about this stream, and thank you so much for watching. If you want to support us, go check us out on all the socials and all the Patreons and all the things. But we have been War Games News Radio, a fistful of neutrons, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time with the conclusion of a super mutant battle at the Altona Hotel. Good night, one and all. We will see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye, players.
Bye.
Night.
Good night.
Thank you so much for watching Wastelanders, and if you liked this video, then please subscribe to WGNR on YouTube and consider heading over to my Patreon and Streamlabs pages. On Patreon, you can get exclusive rewards, including video shoutouts, access to polls which will help guide future WGNR content, and you can even become immortalized as a named character in a future WGNR video. If monthly donations aren't in your budget, then Streamlabs might be the way for you. There you can get some cool WGNR merchandise and make a one-time donation to help keep the channel alive. Your donations mean that I can make more content more often and continue to expand the type of programming that you get to watch on WGNR. So again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, WGNR will be back. Thank you so much for watching Wastelanders, and if you liked this video, then please subscribe to WGNR on YouTube and consider heading over to my Patreon and Streamlabs pages. On Patreon, you can get exclusive rewards, including video shoutouts, access to polls which will help guide future WGNR content, and you can even become immortalized as a named character in a future WGNR video. If monthly donations aren't in your budget, then Streamlabs might be the way for you. There you can get some cool WGNR merchandise and make a one-time donation to help keep the channel alive. Your donations mean that I can make more content more often and continue to expand the type of programming that you get to watch on WGNR. So again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, WGNR will be back. Thank you so much for watching Wastelanders, and if you liked this video, then please subscribe to WGNR on YouTube and consider heading over to my Patreon and Streamlabs pages. On Patreon, you can get exclusive rewards, including video shoutouts, access to polls which will help guide future WGNR content, and you can even become immortalized as a named character in a future WGNR video. If monthly donations aren't in your budget, then Streamlabs might be the way for you. There you can get some cool WGNR merchandise and make a one-time donation to help keep the channel alive. Your donations mean that I can make more content more often and continue to expand the type of programming that you get to watch on WGNR. So again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, WGNR will be back. Thank you so much for watching Wastelanders, and if you liked this video, then please subscribe to WGNR on YouTube and consider heading over to my Patreon and Streamlabs pages. On Patreon, you can get exclusive rewards, including video shoutouts, access to polls which will help guide future WGNR content, and you can even become immortalized as a named character in a future WGNR video. If monthly donations aren't in your budget, then Streamlabs might be the way for you. There you can
get some cool WGNR merchandise and make a one-time donation to help keep the channel alive. Your donations mean that I can make more content more often and continue to expand the type of programming that you get to watch on WGNR. So again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, WGNR will be back. Thank you so much for watching Wastelanders, and if you liked this video, then please subscribe to WGNR on YouTube and consider heading over to my Patreon and Streamlabs pages. On Patreon, you can get exclusive rewards, including video shoutouts, access to polls which will help guide future WGNR content, and you can even become immortalized as a named character in a future WGNR video. If monthly donations aren't in your budget, then Streamlabs might be the way for you. There you can get some cool WGNR merchandise and make a one-time donation to help keep the channel alive. Your donations mean that I can make more content more often and continue to expand the type of programming that you get to watch on WGNR. So again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, WGNR will be back. Thank you so much for watching Wastelanders, and if you liked this video, then please subscribe to WGNR on YouTube and consider heading over